Hi, I'm Tanya from Time and Space Solutions. And today I want to talk to you or continue talking about things that I've been working on the last few months with myself as well as my clients. And that's this balance of being and doing, not getting caught up in just the action mode and not just getting caught up in the allowing. And also looking at, well, when we gain awareness on things we want to change, are we staying stuck in our habits and our beliefs? And are we looking at ways that we can change in our life? I myself went full on in the new year and I gained all this awareness of things that I wanted to change, old habits that I was stuck in, old beliefs that I was stuck in. And I just went full on into doing mode. And what happened was, well, that pulled me away from that being mode. And another way I want to talk about it is that what happened was I was too much in the masculine. I was too much in the decisions, the intellect, the go, the external, instead of that calm, nurturing, allowing within that we have with that feminine side of us. Another way to look at it is the balance of the yin and the yang. And we all have those double sides within all of us. So what I want to talk to you about today is, well, when we get stuck in that go, go, go mode and we're like in this hamster wheel, almost, let's call it, it can actually put us in a place of resisting the truth and being easily distracted. And so I want to first talk about that resistance to truth. If you're so much in like this tunnel vision and you're in go, go, go mode and doing things the same way, stuck in your old habits, like not slowing down to pause and look within and listen to that inner knowing that you have, that inner knowing and being and your higher self that knows what's best for you and keeps you in alignment. And a way to know that if you're out of that, and if you're in that denial and you're resisting the truth about things you're doing that maybe aren't helpful, or maybe things that are happening in the external world that don't make sense, but you're saying yes to them, even though things don't line up, well, ask yourself, are you telling yourself, oh, I can't because? Or are you saying, I don't understand, you don't understand, it's because of this, or this happened to me, so now, now this is happening. If you're finding yourself using those types of narratives, well, it's time to pause, slow down, be honest with yourself and look within and ask yourself first, do you know what's keeping you stuck and overwhelmed in that thinking? And the second one is, looking at the narratives that you're telling yourself, and do you replay the same narratives over and over again when people ask you questions about your life, about your situation? And are you ready to let go and grow? Have you reached your breaking point? How bad does it have to get before you wake up and go, oh my goodness, I'm the one who's creating this chaos, right? And then from there, do you have this deep desire and this momentum to make change, but you don't know where to start? Well, answer those questions, get the clarity, and that will start giving you the guidance of what your next step is. Because when we are truly connected to ourselves, we know what to do. And when we know what to do, the momentum starts and we get excited and we start going. And then what ends up happening is soon we get distracted and we get pulled away from that inner knowing and that clarity and that balance and that flow that we got into when we gained all this awareness. And so I want to talk to you about some distractions that can pull you out of alignment and pull you off your path and out of that inner knowing. And the first one is the people that surround us. And what I mean by that is, are you letting their projections get in the way of what you're doing? So for example, if you're starting a business and you're all excited and it makes total sense for you, you have experience, you know what you need to learn to make it happen. And this person's like, oh, what are you doing? You're crazy. Why are you doing that? Well, maybe it's because they always wanted to and they didn't have the guts to do it. So they're putting you down for doing it. So be aware of that. How are you going to deal with that? How are you going to shift your attention back to what you know, what you want, right? And how you can do it. The second one is, of course, the digital distractions. And what I want to bring up about that is, why are you going to grab that phone? Why are you going onto that social media platform? Why are you maybe going shopping online? What is it that's pulling you? What is the need that is not being met? What is that doubt about, right? Because when we have doubt, it's really telling us, well, maybe I need to step up. Where can I step up so that doubt isn't there? So I know that I'm doing my best and I'm doing everything I can to make this situation happen. And then you can step back and allow it to happen because you know you did everything that you could. So keep that in mind. The third one is the social distractions. And I mean that in a larger sense. What's happening in your social circle? What kind of nonsense are your friends talking about that doesn't really have any purpose or passion in it? And what's happening in your external world? What's happening in the world at large that is a social distraction, a social agenda to pull you away from your inner knowing and what you know is best and what your intuition is telling you is accurate and real and clear. Listen to your inner knowing, not the nonsense in the outside world. The last one is the familiar. That can actually pull us away and make us distracted. Because if we're trying to change, I'm on this path of doing the same thing over and over again, it's not helping me, and then I shift and I'm now going in this direction, it's uncomfortable. I'm not used to being like this. So I'm going to want to get distracted and go back to that familiar because it's comfortable. So remember, familiar isn't necessarily good, right? And how can you challenge yourself and go, no, my inner knowing knows that this is the path that I need to be on. So how can you do this? How can you do this in a way that will help you stay connected, stay in alignment, and stay in that inner knowing where you know what to do for yourself? You know best because you know yourself best. And the first one I recommend and is on the top of the charts is your daily practices. And that means morning and evening routine. You need to be meditating, exercising, looking at your diet, and making sure that you sleep. When you are reflecting and meditating, take time to do a journal that has prompts that are going to really help you be laser focused, intentional, and aware. The second one is your toolbox. We all have a toolbox. We've all learned throughout our lives different things that help us get back in alignment and things that pull us away further from being out of alignment. If your toolbox isn't looking so great, well, learn a new skill. What is that specific area that you're struggling in? And do a little bit of quick research and see what you can do to get things going. The last two are together. One is decluttering your distractions and then organizing and designing your time and spaces. And when you get rid of all those distractions and you declutter that physical space, those old attachments, those belongings that don't serve you anymore, holding on to the past, holding on to beliefs, you create space for clarity, calm, and focus. And it's a lot easier to organize yourself. And once you organize your spaces in a purposeful way, and you design your time in a way where you have very focused timeframes of doing specific things, everything just flows. And that way, when you get out of alignment, you catch it a lot sooner because you're not in this constant chaos of distractions, clutter, and just like lack of clarity. So hopefully this video helped you with continuing that path of balancing your being and doing and helping you get unstuck out of ways that haven't been serving you. And, being mindful that, okay, where am I denying my truth and that truth of things that can change? And what can I do to not be distracted and stay in alignment? So until next time, thank you. Remember to like and subscribe at the bottom.